안녕하세요, 선현우입니다.
안녕하세요, 안유진입니다.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to another live Q&A, live Korean Q&A with Talk to Me in Korean with Hyojin and Hyunwoo. Yeah, just as usual, we're gonna answer a lot of Korean questions, and even before the live Q&A started, we got a lot of really interesting and really difficult questions to answer.
네.
And of course, I'm gonna answer all the interesting ones, and Hyojin is going to answer all the difficult ones, all the worthwhile questions.
In Korean. I'm gonna answer everything in Korean.
Alright guys, so let's greet some people.
네.
On YouTube, there's a slight lag, of course, as usual. Like, we see ourselves in our software first, so we never know whether people are watching or not, so we just have to go with our
네, instinct.
instinct and faith. So
That's okay.
to be. Alright, so I see that people can see us, and yeah, there are lots of questions. So 안녕하세요, everybody.
안녕하세요.
How about we introduce ourselves just one more time?
Okay.
Yeah, just in case somebody's watching us for the first time.
안녕하세요. My name is Hyojin. My father's teacher. My mom's housewife, and I have an older brother. And I.
Okay, you're embarrassing me now.
Okay. You said
Is that like a normal self-introduction that you do? Like you talk about your father?
Yeah, when I was little.
I see. And you're not little anymore.
I wish I was. Anyways, I was joking. My name is Hyojin, and this is.
What?
I don't know.
Okay, so yes.
What else do I have to talk about?
Nothing else.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, so my name is Hyunwoo. My last name is Sun, Hyunwoo's son, and this is Hyojin An. We're both teachers at talktomekorean.com.
Yes.
You can see us in many videos and audio lessons and photos and stuff like that.
Sorry about that.
If you continue learning with us. So this is an opportunity for a lot of people to just throw lots of like interesting questions
네.
at us, and we're gonna answer all of them. So 보영 Forever One.
안녕하세요.
Yeah, 안녕하세요.
I love cello.
I love cello 1, 2, 3 says 안녕. I can't wait for the live chat.
Sophie.
Your name is Sophie.
And Mr. Oh my God, LOL, WTF.
Third, just kidding. So that's the comment. Today I'm gonna be mainly reading the comments, and Hyojin is going to be answering questions. Just wanted to say hello, guys, and I also have a sort of a weird question. Okay. Is there an equivalent to the CIA or KGB in Korea? So, if so, what is it called? So, let's start with this question. Really, really interesting. So, CIA.
Yeah.
Yeah, what is it?
국가정보원?
Yeah, 국가정보원. She wasn't sure.
Yeah, 국가정보원, which is often called 국정원.
Yeah, 국정원.
And they are very controversial.
Yeah, of course. Their existence and their activities can be controversial. We won't go too much into it. But yeah, Korea does have some sort of central information or like maybe intel agency. Yeah, so that's called 국가정보원.
네.
국가 means national.
And 정보 means information.
And one is just organization.
Yep.
And by the way, it's raining outside.
네.
And we couldn't like resist like the temptation to open the window because it's so hot in here.
And humid.
Yeah, we don't want to die.
The typhoon 너구리 is approaching.
Yeah. The typhoon's name is 너구리. 너구리 means
raccoon. And there's a ramen brand called 너구리. So whenever I hear the name 너구리, I am craving for the
I think
ramen.
that might have been the clever promotion strategy of this
maybe they
company.
named the typhoon. I don't know.
Yeah, we can't be sure about that. So Chris Curry asks or says, I like the question above.
Okay.
CIA, KGB, we answered it. And you said, I'm super excited for another live chat. Thank you.
Thank you.
AniRuby92 says hello.
Hello.
And asks, does anybody know if Survival Korean will be available as an ebook?
I know.
Yes.
It will.
It will. We're working on it. We're like adding some final touches to it. So you will see it really, really soon. And modern Chinese speaker. Since it'll be 3 a.m. for me and I won't be able to watch the live stream, I was wondering if there are any similarities between Chinese language and Korean. I just received my Hangul master book. Awesome. Thank you for studying with our books.
Thank you.
Hyojin.
The answer is yes. because a lot of Korean vocabulary are based on Chinese characters. So I'm not sure about the pronunciation because I don't speak Chinese, but I am sure there are some words that share the same Chinese characters.
Yeah, I mean, it's the same between, I guess, Japanese and Korean, Japanese and Chinese. These three languages share a lot of like common roots, so you can like definitely recognize a lot of words that you know from Chinese when you study Korean, although the writing system is different. So definitely a huge advantage. And Jin L asks, what are some other ways to greet someone in Korean other than 안녕하세요? Something like,
hey.
In English, hello, hey, what's up,
what's
yo,
up?
You know?
So I reckon hey or what's up is more casual between friends. In that case, you can just drop 하세요 part and say 안녕.
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 Or there's another fun way to say when you're in a place already and your friends just got there, you say something similar to what's up.
What's up?
What's up?
You're here?
Yeah. What's up means did you come here? Did you just get here? I mean, you're just acknowledging it. And it kind of sounds similar to what's up.
What's up?
What's up? What's up?
You know, what's up? Like, you're not really that interested in what is going on with that person. We have the similar one, which is 밥 먹었어?
밥 먹었어?
밥 먹었어?
Did you eat?
Did you eat? But we're not really that interested in if the other person has eaten or not.
What if I'm really interested? Like, I met Hyojin, and Hyojin is like dying of hunger, and I have some work to give to her. Like, so I say,
밥 안 먹었니?
밥 안 먹었어? 밥 안 먹었냐? Yeah, so that's really, really common.
네.
Of course, it really depends on you. If you want to ask, like, did you wash your hair? You smell? Or something like that, you can let us know. We'll teach you those sentences.
And Marco A. Hi guys from England. 안녕하세요.
안녕하세요. And Paulina Silva, can you speak Spanish? If you can you say something? Hyojin can say something.
Hola. Oh yes.
It's so funny.
Something.
Miércoles, yes. I mean, Hyojin only knows how to say the days of the week, and
not even that. I know domingo, lunes.
Lunes, okay.
That's it.
And you know how to say you're hungry.
Tengo.
Tengo
hambre.
Yeah. So,
Muchas gracias.
Muchas gracias. Yeah, I know some Spanish. I get a lot of comments in Spanish, and like even though I don't really actively study, I get to like really read a lot. So if you want me to say something, I don't know. You can talk to me on Twitter, or yeah.
How about you say talk to me on Twitter in Spanish?
Háblame en Twitter. That's the same. Yeah,
okay.
Yeah. Or puedes hablar conmigo en Twitter.
신기하다.
Okay, so Donna Endika S asks, wow, awesome. Yeah, thank you.
감사합니다.
Avion Plumber says, hi, I'm leaving for Korea to study abroad for a full year.
Wow, congratulations.
What do you think I should do to help get adjusted to the Korean university? Because I'm scared because it's my first time leaving the country.
Ooh.
Well, any tips that you might want to give to this person?
I can't think of anything specific. Just, not anything specific for Korea. Wherever you go, like if you're Korean, you're going abroad, just try to be more active and try to make a lot of friends. Then you will learn a lot of things from them.
Yeah, and also be open-minded.
네.
Like, don't take anything for granted because things will be different. And we made a video with Terrace from the States. His family is from, I think, the Caribbeans, and also he went to the university in Hawaii. And he came here as an exchange student last year, and he studied here for a year. So we made a video about culture shock. So you might want to check it out on our YouTube channel. And Avion Plumber also said, my second question is, what is the perception of African Americans in Korea? Because I'm afraid of being rejected. I don't think you have to worry too much, but it really depends on the person. Like what you do, how you behave. Like if you're nice to other people, the other people will be also nice to you.
And like we can't really say it will be good or it will be bad because it depends on the person, how they act as well, and what kind of people around you are in. And we have a video also. What was the title of the video?
With Terrace?
With Charlie.
Charlie?
Yeah.
being black in Korea?
Yeah, being black in Korea. Please look it up.
Yeah.
Charlie is our friend, and she is African American, and she talked about her experience.
Awesome. And Donna Andika S also asks, yes, this is her second comment.
네.
선생님, 한국어 공부 도와줘서 너무 감사합니다. Translate.
Teacher, thank you for helping me with my Korean studies.
저는 아직 6번째 레벨 공부하는 중이에요.
I'm still on the level 6.
저한테 화이팅이라고 말해주세요.
Please say fighting for me. Fighting.
And she asks, 제 문장 맞아요?
Is my sentence correct?
Your sentences are fantastic.
네.
And Neil Boland says, morning guys,
안녕하세요.
sitting here waiting to be balloted for jury duty.
Ooh.
And I was wondering what the court experience is like in Korea if you've been called up before. Have you been called up as a jury?
No.
Juror? Maybe?
I have never been to a court.
I've never been to a court in my life either. I always pass by that 교대 pub one, the public courthouse in 교대 because it's so close, like near the subway station. But yeah,
we don't have that.
We don't have any experience. I have some friends who are working in courts, but
like not regular people.
Yeah,
go.
Yeah, people don't really get to experience a lot of that. Anyway, the next one is here. Lim Tian Hui, very familiar name. Thank you for joining us again. 안녕하세요 선생님들. I often heard people in Korean variety shows conversing in phrases that seem to me in its to be in its infinitive form, like 찾았다, 됐다, 아니다.
I can picture situations where you can use infinitive forms.
Yeah.
Like just when you are talking to yourself, and you, for example, 찾았다, when you discover something, you're just screaming, "Oh, 찾았다!"
Yeah, but one important thing that Hyojin you forgot to mention is that they're not in their infinitive forms. They're just in their exclamatory forms. So yeah, when you see the word to find, what is it? 찾다. That's the infinitive form. And 찾았다 is in the past tense. And you're using it in the exclamatory form. And you're just saying it out loud to yourself, like you said.
찾았다.
Or like, 맛있다. You're like eating alone.
된다, 이거 된다.
It
된다.
works. Yeah, it works. I just dropped my phone, but it still works. 된다. You've said it a lot of times, right? So that's why they're just saying it out loud. Because it's easier that way, because it's more convenient, because they're not speaking in 존댓말 and they're not speaking in 반말 either.
They are just speaking
to themselves. So they're being safe. Yeah. All right, and William Baker, you have spoken before that Koreans wish to hire foreigners, but sponsoring a visa is difficult. What about the case in which the person is already on another visa? Is it still difficult to be hired?
Well, if you have a valid visa where you can work with, it's easier. Definitely it's easier, but another thing we mentioned is that to give the employer the reason to hire you, because there are a lot of Korean people who can speak perfect Korean and have the English ability they can use it at work, so you should give the reason.
Yeah. I mean, if you have all the skill sets that are necessary at the job, and if visa was the only problem, if that was the case, yes, you can. But you have to also think about when the visa expires, like in a year or so. So it's always good to make your visa and your job go together. If you have it separate, it's going to be like troublesome eventually. All right, and can you read the
Pendel
in the TARDIS. Yeah, in the TARDIS, I can see that. Why is it saying that? Okay, please stand by. I see. So you're talking about the number counting down. You don't want to wait 12 hours. Hopefully you didn't have to wait like for too long. And 보영 Forever 1 asked, why is 감사합니다 used more than 고맙습니다? Also, is there a story behind 고맙습니다? Something about bears?
Bears?
곰?
I don't think so.
Yeah, so your answer is there's no story behind 고맙습니다, something related to bears. Bear is
곰.
고맙습니다.
Well, I remember like a few years ago, people were like, let's not say 감사합니다 because it's from Japanese, kanshashimasu.
And also Chinese, 感谢.
But I don't think it's working well.
Mm-hmm,
a lot of people use 감사합니다.
Yeah, it's just 감사합니다.
Mm.
There's no reason, but it's been around more, longer. So it's just, used more commonly. And among friends, though, you do not say 감사. You say 고마워.
고마워, or even thank you is very common, but not thank you, but thank you.
Yeah, in the Korean pronunciation. Thank you. And Giovanni Gonzalez says,
that Brazil Germany game. Wow, Germany supporter here, but I definitely feel sympathy for Brazil. Good game, Brazil.
Brazil actually, was good before. I mean, I guess until today's game, but I have no other comments. I watched the game.
I watched the game.
The whole game. Anyways, here's my question. I noticed when I'm pronouncing Korean words out loud, I have little trouble pronouncing them. I assumed it's because I'm also a fluent Spanish speaker because I'm Mexican American. Do you personally think Spanish helps with some Korean pronunciations? Your answer is?
I don't speak Spanish.
I think yes, especially with the R sound. Ra. Like sometimes you have the ra like the same way. So yeah, that definitely helps. And X Anita 131 X asks, "Hi teachers, since I have a sweet tooth, I was wondering what are some unique or traditional sweet treats in Korea." She's already excited. There's an experiment where the dog hears a bell and he starts like. Yeah.
Are you comparing me
to a dog? Yes. I know about hot dog and 팥빙수, but I'm curious since I believe those are more seasonal treats. So what do you think? Are there other unique and traditional?
To be honest, I'm not really much of a sweet tooth. I like eating, but I don't really like sweet things.
I see. But yeah, 팥빙수 and hot dog are seasonal ones. Other than that, I guess maybe just dog, like rice cakes, are very different. Yeah. Another seasonal one is 붕어빵. 붕어빵 is one of those bread with lots of red bean filling, and they're like kind of stamped out of a machine, and they all look the same. So we have an expression, 붕어빵이다 or 붕어빵 같다, when the parent and the child look exactly the same. Yeah, so that's our answer. And Huda Jamel, hey, I was wondering if I were to go to Korea for a week and I don't want to stay at a hotel, where can I stay? What other options do I have? How much does it cost?
Well, the cheaper option you have is, of course, guest house or hostels. And I think the price varies, but usually from like the cheaper ones are like 2만 원, 3만 원 to 5만 원, 6만 원.
Yeah. And also, I would say Airbnb is doing a fantastic job here in Seoul as well. So look up Airbnb.com and also find some interesting accommodations. Like I've seen some accommodations that do not fit into any of those categories. Like this is not a guest house. This is not like a hotel. This is not somebody's house. Nobody's living there. So some examples. Or you could just go to Hyojin's house, kick her out. I'm gonna stay here. You out. Okay. Our Stefan from France. Hi Hyojin, Hyunwoo, how are you today? Today's question is, do you know a person or friend originally from North Korea? I know that North Koreans struggle to integrate the South Korean culture.
Well, I don't know personally, but my dad is a teacher. He teaches at a high school, and he one day told me that there are a couple of students from North Korea in his class, and he said that they can go to a university really easily because they have this special opportunity to go to a university, and I don't know how they get by, but apparently they are so used to South Korean life. He's worried that they don't realize that the life in South Korea is not as sweet as they are experiencing now. So they are
in the future.
Yeah, because they are from North Korea and now they are here and they have all these things like video games and other stuff that they can enjoy, so they don't really study hard. So he was really worried about that because
I see.
life gets really hard.
Yeah, after school especially.
Yes.
If you're just in school.
High school.
Yeah, if you're in high school, all you have to do is just memorize, read, like study. But
and
after
if you don't study, you can just enjoy your life.
Yeah. But after that, things get harder. But I do not know anybody personally, so sorry about that. And Jason Kang, what's the difference between 명 and 연서? I see both being used similarly. For example, 가며 and 가면서. Do they both mean while doing something? Your answer is yes.
But 가며 is more for written languages.
Yeah, and very
big language.
formal.
And 가면서 is for everyday.
Yeah, everyday. More common, more colloquial. And also, Jason Kang also asks, this is a really interesting question. What is the most formal or respectful way to say that someone passed away? So passed away is already much better than someone died or someone's dead, right? So
most common one to die is of course 죽다.
죽다.
But for someone who's older than you, you always say 돌아가시다.
돌아가시다.
Jason gave the word 별세.
Yeah.
It's a very formal.
Very, very formal word, but it's not used commonly. It's only used in newspaper articles, like when, for example, a writer, an author, dies at the age of so and so. In English newspapers, it would just say so and so dies at 86 or something like that. Hopefully not 30. But yeah, 별세 is in that case used commonly. But
how about
돌아가시다?
It's most common.
Yeah, 돌아가시다 means to go back.
To go back, yeah.
to go back to where this person came from, you know. So 돌아가시다, and also
how about 서거?
서거 is a very respectful way to say it, but
it's used for maybe president or
like leaders,
yeah,
like social leaders. Yeah. So
서거하시다.
돌아가시다 is always safe to use. And Taehyun Jung says, I know 아쉽다 and 아깝다 mean two different things, but I feel that they can be used interchangeably in certain situations. Can you give examples of when you would use each? 아쉽다 and 아깝다. Do you have an answer?
Well, they are very, very, very similar. Well, let me give you an example. Let's say I am late for work and I have to take the bus.
I see.
And the bus just left.
I see. So it's a daily situation that you suffer from,
yes.
Right? Okay. And
I can say 아쉽다 or 아깝다, but they have a little difference in the meaning. 아쉽다 is how I feel. Like, 아쉬워 because I didn't get to ride that bus. But if I say 아깝다, it's like, oh, so close.
Yeah.
So close.
Exactly. A perfect example. 아쉽다 means you're just disappointed and sad and upset, but 아깝다, you're more
describing the situation.
Exactly. And also how an opportunity was lost.
Yes.
So something that deserves something better did not get it. So for example, if person A and B are dating and you were to just be this nosy person to judge, like 여자가 아깝다, like the girl is 아까워, it means the girl is much better, like in whatever standard, and like why is she dating this guy? So in that case, 아깝다. But if you say 여자가 아쉽다, it's completely the opposite, because you are disappointed by the woman. So that is one situation as well. And hello from Boston, Massachusetts. I'm excited to hear about your new coffee shop. I'm planning on opening one here in the USA. Also someday. I hope to visit you guys the next time I am in Seoul.
Wow.
Awesome. Yeah, we do have a little bit of a delay in construction because like so many surprises happen, but we are getting there real soon. We'll post a video with History Kimchi real soon about the name of the coffee shop, the exact location of the coffee shop, and also the opening date, when you can expect to just show up at the coffee shop and have delicious desserts and coffee or tea, other things. All right, and Taehyun Jung also asks another question. I have trouble deciding when to use 에서 or 에. I thought 에서 was for in or at a certain place, but people say 저는 한국에 instead of 에서 살고 있어요.
한국에 살고 있어요. 한국에 살고 있어요. For this specific example,
Yeah.
I think both work.
I don't think both works.
한국에서 살고 있어요.
한국에,
I think both.
Yeah, it could both work, could work. But more naturally, I would say
한국에 살고 있어요.
한국에 살고 있어요, because 살고 있다 is not exactly like an activity. Yeah, it's a status.
에 is more for the state, to describe a state or status, and 에서 is for you're doing something in on that spot.
Yeah, action, behavior. Avion Plumber also asked, "Hi, I was wondering what are some of the historic sites in Korea that you suggest I should visit? You should totally go check out some palaces.
If you are staying in Seoul, there are lots of palaces and like neighborhoods. But if you can travel around, there are lots of other cities. For example, the most famous one is Gyeongju.
Gyeongju, yes.
네. So,
very famous.
Check it out.
And also, there's another question, about food.
Okay.
Yeah, another question is how the food in Korea is different from the food in the United States. Don't worry too much if you are the type of person that likes exploring and trying new foods. You will love it because foods are so different here. But you can still find lots of Western food. Yeah. So don't worry. You can always go to McDonald's. You can always go to Starbucks. You can always go to Pizza Hut, TGI Fridays.
Or there are good Western restaurants other than those fast food restaurants as well.
Molly Comer says, 안녕하세요 from Colorado. My 5-year-old daughter, Abby, is learning Korean with me. She's a big fan of yours, Tanu, and would like to know your favorite color in English and Korean.
Oh, that's so cute.
Her favorite color is pink. In Korean, pink is?
분홍색.
분홍색.
Or pink just works fine as well.
But not pink. It's pink.
2 syllables.
Yeah, my favorite color should be 파란색.
정말요?
Yes. 파란색. Blue.
Blue.
That's why Talk to Me in Korean's logo is blue. Just kidding.
That's not true.
That was a coincidence. But yeah, I like blue.
Oh.
Yeah. Because I'm always blue. No.
You make other people blue.
Just kidding. I was just trying to say I'm always like green, maybe?
No.
Like full
You're
of
very, very
positive energy.
Black and
producing happiness for other people to...
Very black. And gray.
Okay, Molly Comer also says, I also have a question. Which language do you feel allows you to communicate the most information in the fewest words? Is one language more efficient than the other? Like English and Korean.
한국어.
Oh, okay. 한국어 is more condensed.
Yeah, because we can drop a lot of things like subject and even objects.
Yeah, but at the same time you have to do a lot of backstage thinking because so many things are omitted and you have to kind of guess. But I think out of all languages that I've ever actually experienced learning, Chinese is the most compressed language. You can say so much with those characters, but one character can be 5 words in English, right? So I mean, because the characters are there.
Wow.
So I would say Chinese. And Avion Plumber, last question. Since I'm studying abroad this coming year in Korea, how can I deal with the culture and country shock that I might face? Because this is my first time leaving or traveling outside of the US. Again, like we said earlier, don't worry too much.
Open-minded.
Open-mindedness is the key. 대현정, if you help out a friend, they say 고마워. And how do you say, you're welcome, no problem? Or, yeah, something like that.
괜찮아.
괜찮아.
Or 아니야.
아니야. Or in 존댓말, 괜찮아요.
괜찮아요.
아니에요.
아니에요.
We also have a video on our channel called How Not to Say You're Welcome. We made a video like that 4 years ago, I think.
Yeah.
4 years ago. Almost 4 years ago. So look it up. It's a fun video where Hyojin was really, really young. And yeah. Everybody was young. Seokjin was young. Kyungwon was young. Yeah. All right. So Delphine Nguyen Durandet says, 안녕하세요. It's not a question, but I just wanted to tell you thank you. I wanted to learn Korean, but it would have been really hard if you hadn't been there. Thank you. 감사합니다.
감사합니다.
And Jamie NG says, how do you say 헐 in a conversation?
Like the tone or the...
I guess just the general usage, I guess.
When you hear something that makes you go hard.
Hard. That
Hard.
explanation was hard. I mean, there was no explanation. So it's like, how do you say "oh my god" in English? You use it when something happens and it makes you go "oh my god." So "hard" is just a way to show frustration.
Yeah, it's like you're surprised in a bad way. Like,
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. So for example, there's a something like bug. So for example, if I say Hujin, I've always been a really nice person.
Hard.
Exactly.
That doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, hard is just a one-word standalone expression. You cannot mix it with other words. And Lee Hooper says, I still do not understand the rule for beer. You mean, I guess, the conjugation-wise? But yeah, I mean, can you give us some examples? And Sasha Guo says, hi, I've been watching Korean dramas to work on my Korean, and I've noticed that almost every time a drama has students, they go on MTs.
Oh.
MT, membership training, is what it stands for.
네.
And do they only drink and play there?
Mainly, yeah.
Yeah. I see. Yeah.
Or like you could do other activities like playing in the water, but at night you just drink and play.
Yeah. Korean students, when they study in high school, all they do is study, study, study. Maybe study, breathe, study. Maybe. Maybe study, breathe, eat, sleep, and study. So they, I think, from my experience, they lack some social skills, and they don't have experience like making friends with like strangers, right? So MTs are always organized by their 선배s, older students, and it's always a mandatory thing. Have you gone on an MT before?
Yes.
You've even gone on an MT with me, like 2-3 times, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the MTs that we went on together was for like our language group.
Yeah. So it was just between our
friends. But for college departments and classes, those MTs are no like joke. Like it's serious, and games are organized, and you have to drink. The older students will make sure that everybody drinks and everybody is drunk, and they play games just to make sure everybody gets to know each other, stuff like that. But
if you're coming to Korean college, university, don't be afraid, because these days things have changed a lot, and there are a lot of students who can say no, and it's not really frowned upon anymore. So don't be scared too much.
Yeah, but I would say in still most of the universities that you can find, MTs exist, and they are somewhat obligatory. And Molly Comer, I know a lot of Westerners have a hard time with some Korean foods, fermented foods, live octopus, I guess. Are there Western foods that Koreans think of as being weird or gross? Western foods. She can't think of any.
I love Western food. I think, why do people eat baked beans?
What
baked beans?
So you don't know. Like, she couldn't even speak. So
baked beans.
I mean, okay, I didn't get your sentence. The entire sentence was like in chunks.
Just because I hate beans, but I don't know. Can you think of any?
No, I mean, there's no Western food that I cannot take, and there's no Korean food that I cannot eat.
정말요?
Yeah, I can eat everything. Yeah, so. Yeah, the answer is no. There's no food that we cannot eat. And Salemite or Salemite are service dogs like guide dogs or for the blind, assistant dogs for disabled people, etc. common in South Korea. I train dogs in the US. Awesome. And have been curious. Love your lessons and books.
Thank you. I would say it's not uncommon, but it's not like you see it every day.
Yeah, like on average, I would say, I mean, I am outside more often than Hyojin is, like during the day, and I get to go to other places more often. But so on average for me, I get to see maybe 3-4 service dogs a month.
A month.
Yeah, because I often go to train stations too.
Okay.
So maybe 3-4 dogs, service dogs or guide dogs.
A month.
A month. Yeah, and any wing. And also one thing to mention is that Korean dogs are like usually small, very small. Like they're like
for
they're pad like dogs.
Just pads.
Yeah, so they cannot be trained as guide dogs because they're so small. They can't do much. So maybe that's one of the reasons that you don't see as many. Any wing?
Hi, my name is.
Sorry, there's. Okay.
I'm curious about your name. What's your name?
We just see a lot of like comments scrolling up automatically. That's why we're kind of lost.
Hi, your name. Hi, my name is Hyojin, and I am wondering what your name is.
Let me just go to the comments page
and
just get the comment for you, Hyojin.
Okay.
In the meantime,
wow, there are so many comments.
Yeah, we need to entertain people. Please go ahead. I'm looking at Annie.
Annie, hi, my name is Breno. I'm from Brazil, and I want to ask if I see the Talk to Me in Korean daily, I can learn Korean. Answer, please. Thank you.
Yes, you can. Yeah. If you study with us every day, you can definitely speak fluent Korean. We have many friends around us, many people showing that it's possible.
네.
And Olga, Durga, Donkey Kong.
Donkey Kong. Is there a difference between the normal present tense and stem? something는 것이다. Similarly, is there a difference between the plain past tense and stem 은는 것이다?
Yes, the difference is you are just decorating the sentence a little more with 은 것이다, 은 거다, and 거 is just the fact. Or so it's basically like saying, for example, if you want to say the sky is blue, you can say 하늘이 파랗다 or 파래요. And if you want to use the 은 것이다 or 한 것이다, 하늘은 파란 것이다.
It's the fact.
It's the fact that, or it is that the sky is blue. So it's it's a more poetic way to say things. And Erica, hello.
안녕하세요.
And forgive me not one says, 안녕하세요. I have a question for Hyojin. You have said previously you watch Game of Thrones, so I'm curious how Koreans would view such a program given its graphic nature, and do you watch it with friends?
No, I watch it by myself, and I'm not sure what this part.
I mean, it's so graphic, it's so violent, it's so like graphic, in a way. So
like how Korean people would would view.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I thought you asked how I watch such a graphic show.
I think people enjoy it.
Yeah, people enjoy it because there are not many things like that on Korean TV.
Yeah, the censorship is like much stronger here, so you would not see anybody like totally naked like in Game of Thrones.
Or like the blood,
like gushing out of the body like that. But I think I was surprised actually. I mean, I didn't watch any episode like fully, like only like had short glimpses of the episodes while my wife was watching the entire seasons, 4 seasons of Game of Thrones. But anyway, I thought guys were more into it because it's war. And like a lot of women are naked in the drama, but I've seen so many girls around me who are totally into the story.
I think the girls are not really into those scenes itself, but the story really is interesting.
That's what I heard after a while. So at first I thought only guys would love it, but Rizky go for. Hello, Talk to Me Korean teachers. Do Korean people watch Korean dramas a lot? Do they watch Western dramas too?
Yes and yes.
Yes and yes. We have every day either 월화 drama,
Monday, Tuesday drama,
수목 drama,
Wednesday, Thursday drama.
So 수목 drama means when the Thursday episode ends, you have to wait 1 week for the Wednesday to come around. And Fridays, there's other things like variety shows and stuff. And 주말 drama,
weekend drama.
And also 아침 drama.
Oh, morning.
Yeah, morning dramas for housewives
Yeah.
and maybe children, maybe.
Children.
Yeah, I used to watch a lot of morning soap operas.
That's not really common. And there are like, of course, you can download kind of illegally Western dramas online, or there are lots of like TV channels where they show Western dramas.
Yeah,
these days.
And officially, for the record, Hyojin never downloads anything illegally, and you don't even know what torrent is, right?
I don't really know what torrent is because I always ask Hyunwoo to give me the file.
No, I never. K-pop town.
Hi, I have a question. How come the consonant 리을 sounds like an I at the end of the syllable, like 발 or 할수? I don't know, but how do we know how to say it? And I heard that this is the common mistake.
발?
발?
발.
Did you mean L?
L maybe? Or it doesn't sound like I for us. Yeah, please give us some more examples. And Randy, Aprilia, hi, hello, and Emma Nilot. I have a question. In a lot of variety shows, they use the English sentence, "Would you like something to drink?" as if it's hilarious. Do you know why and where that started? Does it sound funny to Koreans? It's just because still in Korea.
Yeah, like there are some sentences we all learned when we were young. For example, hello, how are you?
I'm fine, thank you, and you?
Yeah, so that's like the fixed some like phrases we learned back in school, and even people who don't really speak English, they all know what they mean because we've all learned. I think that's one of them. Yeah.
So these are just examples of English sentences that everybody memorized in school, and people always like. It's just Koreans making fun of Koreans themselves for not being able to speak English after 12 years of English education, and that's it. And would you like something to drink? Everybody knows that sentence. Yeah. So just by saying it in a very Konglish way, you're just making fun of yourself. Yeah. So some similar examples are like you said, hi, how are you? I'm fine, thank you, and you. Would you like something to drink? And also, since when you take the subway, you see you can now transfer to line number 1. that kind of stuff is always used as a comedy source. K-pop town, and can you pronounce this? So this person wrote 조. Here, Jojin will show it to you kindly. So like that, 조. And it's 조. I know it could sound like 초, but 초 is higher.
초, 조.
초, 조.
초, 조.
조. And Leon Nguyen, 안녕하세요. Firstly, I'm new to Talk to Me in Korean.
안녕하세요, welcome.
I would like to apologize in advance if I'm asking any previously repeated questions. How does top colleges in Korea compare to colleges in America? For example, Seoul National University and Harvard.
If you ask any Korean people, what do you think about Seoul National University and Harvard? They would say, oh, both are very good schools. Which one do you think is better? People will say Harvard.
100%.
Yep.
Maybe, of course, Harvard is, it's because it's well known around the world, whereas Seoul National University, relatively few people know about it. But yeah, even though Seoul National University, Korea University, the one that we both went to, Yonsei University or Gyeonggi, Seogang, these universities are really, really good. I don't think they can be compared
as competitive as some of the universities you can think of right now.
Yeah, it's not because of their fault. It's mainly because of the educational system, which is too focused on exams and memory work. And Randy Aprilia, random question: do you have any idea why most Koreans use KakaoTalk instead of any other chatting apps? It's because KakaoTalk was the first.
And it provides good service.
Yeah, it was the first. And I think people like myself like their philosophy. Their update notices are always more humane.
Okay, I like some of their policies, but I don't like some other policies. But I get to use KakaoTalk every day because everyone uses KakaoTalk.
Everyone uses it. And what do Korean people think about Brazilian people? It's a tricky question. Let me ask you, what do Brazilian people think about
Korean people?
I mean, it's all personal, relative.
Yeah, and I think people just, if they don't really know about Brazilian people, they just think of some things about Brazil.
Symbolic images.
Yeah, like samba.
Soccer. Yeah. And evolute. I made it after missing it for 4 weeks.
Wow.
Welcome back. And Easy Peasy says, 안녕하세요. Good morning from England. Are there words in English that you think sound funny and sound similar to words in Korean? One of my favorite Korean words is 울고불고.
울고불고. I like it.
울다 is to cry. 불다 is to blow.
But 불다 has no meaning here. It's just 울고불고 is like...
It just rhymes.
Yeah, you cry and cry and you bawl and bawl.
Yeah, you cry, beg, and
And you make
keep
fusses.
crying. Yeah. So 울고불고. English.
English word.
Honestly, it's been such a long time since we started learning English. Speaking English is just the natural thing for both of us to do. So sorry about that. We do not have anything that we remember. Annie Wing from Brazil says, today was a sad day because of the World Cup game. I know. I saw the reaction of the crowd during the game. Hopefully in 4 years in Russia, we'll do better. And Leon Nguyen is learning piano or taekwondo in Korea expensive or difficult for foreign Asians with limited ability to speak Korean? Not expensive and not difficult, and they will even welcome you a little bit more because it's a new environment that you're creating just by going there. The teachers want to maybe speak English with you or stuff like that. And Alicia Burgess.
Hi, I'm new to learning the Korean language, and I just recently bought the Hangul Master book. Thank you.
Thank you.
I'm loving it so far, but I was wondering what book I should get next to really help me learn to speak. What do you suggest?
Oh, the workbook.
Oh, workbook, yeah.
We have a lot of quizzes and practices that you can do, and that will definitely help you be able to speak it better. And Delphine Nguyen Durandet. Hi guys, it's me again. Could you guys say in Korean, have you gone to school yet? I'd like to ask my Korean pen friend this question in Korean, but I do not speak Korean good enough to be able to. Have you gone to school yet? So if you mean have you enrolled yourself in school yet, it means 학교 들어갔어요. Yeah, 학교 들어갔어요. Yeah, that would be. Yeah.
So your pen friend is like 5-6 years old? I'm not really sure.
Yeah. And Leon asks again, do Korean men care to get double eyelid surgery as much as women? Not really. I don't have double eyelids, and I've never wanted one. When I'm really tired, I can do like this.
Really scary.
It's scary. Okay. Nami God.
Hello.
Or No My God.
Oh, hello. I have a Korean friend who is a woman, and she is 35 years old. I am 23. Is she too old to be called 누나? Is there an age limit on 오빠, 형, 언니, 누나?
There's no age limit.
Not really. I think it depends on more, like, of course, the age. If I meet someone who's in their 50s or 60s, I would never call them 오빠. But maybe someone in their 30s or even early 40s.
Depending
on the situation.
If this guy is 55 years old and this other guy is 53 years old, he would still call this guy 형. Yeah, if they're close. So there's no age limit, and 35 years old is not old at all. It's just exactly my age. Nothing about it is old. It's just very, very, very young. Anika Sevillano. 안녕하세요. I'm Anika from the Philippines. The other day, my cousin told me that in Korea, if you are ugly, you will be a burden to your family. Who told you that?
Oh my god.
It's
I'm not a burden to my family.
Yeah, even though she's not like pretty, nobody said, like, at least out loud, that she's no. Just kidding. No one thinks
not
that.
Really.
And family members,
especially, they will
never even think.
Yeah, you're ugly.
Yeah. I mean, Korean people are a little more blunt in talking about appearances. Of course, like if somebody gained weight and
살쪘어?
like it's
have you gained
weight? It's not like an insult.
it's not really, they are not trying to offend you.
It's an observation. It's like you have something on your shirt. It's exactly like as light as that. Or, you know, oh, you got your haircut. It's so like common and light. And when you look tired, I can say, oh, you look tired today. And it's just out of care. Like, I care about you. Yeah, and like maybe you, I imply maybe you should go to sleep. Maybe you should, you know, go back to work or something. But yeah.
Your family members? Not really.
Not really. It's totally wrong. Leon Nguyen says, will I encounter Korean proverbs in South Korea? Yes, all the time. Proverbs and idiomatic expressions. We also have a book and an ebook about idiomatic expressions, and also some videos on YouTube.
Let's look it up.
And Sophia Isak. Hi, I was just wondering, do you guys think too that Seongjun and Shin Seongrok look really similar? Who are they? Sorry.
Seongjun, maybe the little boy. Seongdong-il's son.
Maybe. I know Seongdong-il's son, but I don't know Shin Seongrok. Sorry about that.
Sorry.
Erica says, I find that many Korean idioms are the same as Chinese idioms. Are idioms still taught in school, primary and secondary? Yes. And many are similar, but I wouldn't say like all of them are, because there are so many like unique ones too. Yeah, many are very, very similar. Many have similar origins. And Chicken Wang 95 says,
what is your opinion on Westerners using honorific terms such as 누나, 오빠, 형, 언니?
That's fantastic. Yeah. And like especially if you speak Korean.
Yeah.
It's really, really good. And Rachel Ho says,
how different are Koreans who live in Korea from Koreans who have lived abroad in other countries like in the US? Well, we can't really pinpoint and say anything because there are people who have never been to abroad but who still have very international mindset, and there are people who have lived abroad but who has very like a Korean mindset. So it depends on person, but definitely there are people with more like international way of thinking, and there are people with more kind of like a Korean way of thinking.
Yeah. So definitely the biggest difference is the way of thinking and the open-mindedness, or you know, just the worldview is different. And Tyler Noe says, do a lot of Koreans use Korean and English and American words while speaking to people?
Not really. Maybe Konglish words.
Yeah.
But I think there are people are using more and more English words these days.
Yeah. Like you wrote on Twitter, I think I saw yesterday or something, like kids were playing.
Oh yeah.
And
that was really interesting because when we were young, we would say like for ready, set, go. We would say 준비 땅, because 땅 is the sound the gun makes when you do the sprint.
Like bang.
Yeah, bang. 준비 땅 was the signal for us. But I was like walking on the street, and there were these kids playing, and they said ready, set, go, and it really shocked me.
In English.
Yeah, but with the Korean pronunciation.
Yeah. Okay. And K-pop town, what is 헐? We already talked about it. And Erica, is white and black color considered unlucky or grieved to the color of to be the color of outfit to wear wedding
dinners, for example? Not really.
Just black suits are usually common in funerals, just like in any other country, I guess.
But especially for girls, like black dress is not really weird to be seen in a wedding.
Yeah. So, and moving on to the
Lee Hooper.
Lee Hooper.
Do you have any tips for learn tons of Korean words fast or a short period of time?
Just use some spaced repetition apps, like you review like regularly and review like words that are more difficult for you. Like look up spaced repetition and Anki, ANKI. Those are really, really useful tools. And Leon says, if I want to study abroad in South Korea, what should I do to prepare before completing high school or to study in South Korea? Also, what can I study? Is getting a degree possible?
Well, it is possible, but you will have to check all the different websites for different universities.
Yeah.
Because they have different like policies.
Exactly. There's no central policy of the government or something. It all depends on the university. And Angel Mendoza asked a question. Here it goes. Why do Koreans say ne, de, just like mo, wo? Like for what? So ne is the correct pronunciation, but it's just because the fundamental difference in tongue placement and mouth placement. Ne, if you look at my tongue, ne comes here. Ne.
Right behind your upper teeth.
No,
ne.
That's English. Ne.
Ne.
For Korean ne, it's between
your
you have to bite your tongue.
Ne.
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 And to English speakers' ears, untrained ears, it could sound like th. De. So that's why. And if you know, 저는 미국 사람 Megan Bowen, on YouTube, type in 미국 사람. She made a really interesting video about mo, something like bo. And just like she said in the video, with English you have more mouth movement, ma. But in Korean you just go ba, ba. There's no preparation part. Like there's no
It's less nasalized.
Yeah. All right. And Lala Lovely. In America, I know you can transfer from a 2-year community college to a 4-year college. Is it possible to transfer from a 2-year college in America to a 4-year university in Korea?
It is possible, but it is not as common as it is in the States.
But I mean, the question was from America to Korea.
From America to Korea.
I don't think it's possible.
I don't think so.
Yeah, I don't think it's possible. You have to just enter the school all over again. And hi guys, Max Mak, I think, says, my name is Olesia. I'm from Russia. I like you guys very much. Thank you.
Thank you.
And is it still usable in Korea that a wife nowadays stays at home as a housewife and doesn't go to work? I have in mind people of your age.
Not really. I mean, there are people like that, but not as common as, say, our parents' generation.
Yeah. I guess a lot of people actually start staying at home after they have children. But before that, people, they all work. I think career is now more important to women than before, or they have more economic, I guess, a better status to actually pursue their career. And Erica says, Hyunwoo, do you go to schools in Korea to encourage your youngster to learn English better? I think you set a good example to the Koreans to learn English without going overseas. Thank you. Yeah, people actually do attend a lot of hagwons to speak English. No, not to speak English better, but to score higher.
Yeah, in English tests.
Yeah. And do Koreans have a different set of calendar, like the Chinese? Yeah, we have the lunar calendar, same calendar.
But we don't really follow them in everyday life. We have some holidays that's according to the lunar calendar.
Yeah, exactly. And Coral K37, if you went to a good, famous American university, does it matter what you got your degree in to find work in Korea? Wow, a very cool question. In Korea, I
think what's more important is that what you can do and how fluent your Korean is.
Yeah. That's a good answer. But I think if your Korean is fluent already, just the college title will actually get you more opportunities than your degree name or the major name. And JSquid1337, I have some pen pals in South Korea who have to stay at school until 10 p.m. sometimes, and they have tutorial classes every day. Is this mandatory or just part of the general high school culture in South Korea?
Depending on the school, but I think it's getting less and less mandatory because there are lots of hagwon, and a lot of parents actually want to send their children to hagwon after school. But I think still a lot of students stay at school and study till late.
Yeah. I studied. I stayed in school until like 11:30 p.m. every day, including Saturdays and Sundays. So yeah, And Christy Amadeus says, in some interviews, I hear K-pop idols use random English words throughout their sentences, like schedule, pen, reporter. How come they use English words instead of Korean? Just to use English? Not just to use English, but it's just a common phenomenon.
Yeah. I mean, there are like schedule, pen, and reporter. I think they are even more commonly used than its Korean words. They're Korean words.
Yeah. It's just not just them. It's just everybody in Korea. Hi, I finally made it to a live chat. Welcome, JTCS. I'm going to KCON soon. Have fun there. And I'm going to be able to meet some of my favorite idols. How would I thank them for all their hard work and ask them for an autograph? You can say simply 감사합니다.
감사합니다. 사인해 주세요.
사인해 주세요. And Annie asked once again. Here in Brazil, we have a neighborhood called Bom Retiro. There, it's a neighborhood just for Korean. All the Korean people have stores there. Awesome. That's really cool. You can maybe talk to them. Yeah. And then Dennis JC.
When counting in Korean, 하나, 둘, etc., do you always say the numbers separately, or can they run together when you count quickly? So you get
아홉 열.
아홉 열.
We're talking about the
pronunciation?
Pronunciation liaisons. It depends on the person. 하나, 둘, 셋, 넷, 다섯, 여섯, 일곱, 여덟, 아홉 열. I would say 아홉 열 even. Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, 하나, 둘, 셋, 넷, 다섯, 여섯, 일곱, 아홉 열.
Yeah, not 아홉 열.
Yeah.
아홉 열.
I would say 아홉 열.
Yeah. To actually make it distinct. And K-pop Town says, I have a Korean friend and she speaks informal a lot and formal sometimes formal Korean because she's getting to know the language. And I am learning formal and informal at the same time. What should I learn first? Of course, formal. Do not go with informal if you're not comfortable. And Jezebel Grimes. 안녕하세요. Thank you for saying that this is cool.
안녕하세요.
I'm going to refresh the page once and then I see that there are a lot more comments here. We won't be able to answer everything.
네.
We've already answered more than 100 questions, but we're going to answer 2 questions before we go. Melvin Wong said,
why is my Korean friend having hard time from parents to let her travel overseas? Some parents are very worried.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's because they themselves haven't been there. I mean, if they have, they might know that it's not the end of the world. But yeah, they're just worried. They're just conservative. They might, they cannot control the life of the daughter anymore.
Strong.
Yeah, but it's the truth. Like they can't, have a curfew on the daughter's life. They cannot check every day, like, where are you?
I think they're just worried.
Yeah, it's exactly the same thing. They cannot check. They cannot see where they're going. Like, so they're just worried. And yeah, I think for most parents in Korea, like conservative parents, like old parents, not our age, they will need a lot of courage to let somebody go abroad for a bit. And Death to the Pilgrims says, this is the last question that we will answer before we go. We're going to go in exactly 3 minutes.
Okay.
And what is Hanja and when is it used in everyday life?
Hanja is Chinese characters.
In Korean.
And Hanja, a lot of Korean vocabulary are based on Hanja words.
Yeah. That's it. And you see a lot of Chinese characters written just as is, like in Chinese characters in Korean, but in Korea, but a lot of people actually learn thousands of Chinese characters in school, so they recognize simple ones. Like hundreds of them are like really easy to recognize. So Hanja is still used in Korea. So everybody, thank you for joining us for another session of live Q&A with Talk to Me in Korean. We enjoyed it.
Before we go, let's pick 2 questions that we liked.
Yeah.
What was your favorite question?
My favorite question was, let me go with, okay, I think the question about Leon. the double eyelid surgery.
Oh, for men?
Yeah, it was interesting.
Mine was the North Korea one.
Okay. We'll get in touch. We and then also in the previous chat, we also messaged some people. I still haven't heard from those people. Please look for our message and send us your email and the ebook that you want to get from Talk to Me in Korean, and we'll send you those for free. And thank you for your participation, everybody. We'll see you next week.
네, 안녕히 계세요.
안녕히 계세요.
안녕히 계세요.
Bye bye.